that we have the ability to walk away?
Well, and from my perspective, it's a little bit of a red herring, because let's not forget that the government still hasn't decided what it wants vis-a-vis the final deal. So all of the government's abilities, all of its capabilities, all the ministries, all the monies, its hands are tied up by Brexit. So the planning for a no deal, the fact that it's not happening is astonishing. But the fact for it to happen would mean that when we leave next year, and we are leaving, there is technology which hasn't been implemented. There are border agencies which haven't been created. There are customs checks which haven't been created. So the government simply does not have the capacity to arrange for a no deal in the short parameter that we have left. It's surprising, but the point I want to make is that, therefore, Theresa May's, she doesn't say it anymore, but when she initially went into those Brexit negotiations full of bluster saying no deal is better than a bad deal, I mean, that was ridiculous, and the EU can see right through that. They can see through it right now. And I will say that EU countries are, of course, planning contingency. They are making contingency plans because they look at the chaos in Westminster and they see that the possibility that the talks could break down are still very much on the table.
But the point is, if there are 300 separate projects going underway, as the Telegraph report, then all the things you say may well be prepared, but the government aren't telling anyone.
Who's paying for it?
And that makes absolutely correct.
We
already know that some money has been allocated for a no-deal Brexit. The problem
billions.
is, yeah, absolutely, and I think billions have been allocated. And the fact is, there is no downside to screaming from the rooftops that Britain is preparing for a no deal. There's no downside at all, because all you're doing is strengthening your hand. And why on earth would the government tell ministers not to talk about it? They should be screaming from the rooftops. We don't have to. We walk away, and we're prepared for it.
Whilst I agree with Michael that it's surprising if there are no plans in place for a no deal, given that a no deal is a possibility in these negotiations.
You almost said a viable option there, didn't you?
It's a possibility, given the disarray that we're currently in and looking at the very short timetable that we have. The fact is that the government simply has not got the capacity to do it, and neither does it have the money to do it, which is, of course, I would throw at Michael, being an ardent Brexiteer. You know, that we were told ahead of the referendum that this would be a great liberation and money would be coming back.